Hello everyone, this is Husker Eurocat, welcoming you back to the Cleveland Browns franchise. And today's coverage from First Energy Stadium, it's the Cleveland Browns hosting the New York Giants. The Giants at 3-7 are in a rebuilding mode, but that does not mean the Cleveland Browns can take it easy. The last time they overlooked a team, they got spanked by the Washington Redskins. Eli Manning has moved on to the New York Jets, and that leaves Carson Wentz as the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. The Giants are starting out the game with the ball, and 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Wentz passes to the right, and it's complete to Odell Beckham Jr. 2nd and inches now. Wentz goes back to pass, and it's complete again to Beckham Jr. over the 40-yard line. Now 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Wentz goes back to pass and is sacked. Brandon Spikes getting the honors on that play. Now 2nd and 13. Wentz goes back to pass again and is sacked again. This time by Barkevius Mingo. 3rd and 19 now. Wentz goes back to pass and throws long. It's incomplete. So after trying to connect with OBJ, it's the Browns' ball. 3rd and 8 now. Stafford goes back to pass and throws long, complete to Travis Benjamin at the 30-yard line of the Giants. And now on 1st and 10, Stafford goes back to pass again, complete to Josh Gordon inside the 20-yard line. Now from the 17, Stafford pitches out to Mostert, and he gets 9 yards off the left side. 2nd and inches now. Stafford fakes the handoff, rolls right, and completes it. A sidearm throw to E.J. Bibbs in the end zone. Prince Amukamara just couldn't get back to knock that one away. And the Browns score first in this one. Now it's the Giants' turn again. On 2nd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Wentz hands off to Victor Cruz on a reverse, and it's stopped inside the 30. It's only a 3-yard gain on that one. 3rd and 7. Wentz goes long, and it's complete to Dwayne Harris inside the 45 of the Browns. 1st and 10. Wentz goes back to pass, and it's intercepted by Tashawn Gibson. Both Gibson and Jaron Hosley had beat on the ball, but it's grabbed by Tashawn Gibson and back to the 43-yard line. On 1st and 10 with Stafford in the shotgun. And with an empty backfield, Stafford throws across the middle to Hartline for a 1st down. Defensive pass interference is called on John Beeson, but they're better off without the mark-off. Now on 2nd and 8, Stafford play action, sacked by the man from Zimbabwe, Stanley Maponga. Now on 3rd and 14, Stafford goes back to pass and completes it to Andrew Hawkins over the middle at the 27-yard line. So now on 1st and 10, they give us to Robert Turbin around the right side, and he's inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal, Stafford goes back to pass, and it's intercepted by John Beeson in the end zone. If we take a look at the replay, Matt Stafford just didn't put enough air under that one, looking for Gary Barnidge in the end zone, leaving Beeson to make the play. Now from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Carson Wentz hands off to Shane Vereen, and he's got 4 yards out to the 24-yard line. And now on 3rd and 9, after backing up just a bit, Carson Wentz, looking for OBJ, gets hit as he's throwing the ball. That brings on Brad Wing to punt it away, and it's a bad kick off the side of his foot and still inside Giant territory, which brings us to the end of the first quarter with your score 7-0. Now on 3rd and 12 from the 47-yard line, Stafford goes back to pass, rolls to his left, and finds Taylor Gabriel running wild and into the end zone for the touchdown. The offensive line did a wonderful job of sealing off that edge, giving Stafford time to find Taylor Gabriel at the 25, and with Landon Collins whiffing on the tackle, sends Taylor Gabriel into the end zone. And on 1st and 10, Carson Wentz drops back and is sacked at the 20-yard line, blindsided by Justin Gilbert. Now on 2nd and 16, Wentz goes down again at the 14, tackled by Matt Shaughnessy. 3rd and 21 now. Wentz is back to pass and sails it over the head of OBJ. And that brings on Brad Wing again for another punt. And it's off the other side of his foot, this time out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That sets up the Browns nicely. And Stafford hands off to Robert Turbin, and up the middle he goes for a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 now. Stafford hands off to Turbin again, and he's around the left side and to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Stafford back to pass, rolls to his right, and hits Robert Turbin at the 15 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. If you'll notice on that one, Matt Stafford just waited for Robert Turbin to get open, and it's all the way to the end zone for Mr. Turbin, the 3rd touchdown for the Browns this afternoon. After a quick Giant 3 and out, Stafford goes back to pass again, barely avoids the sack, but is complete to Josh Gordon. But hold the phone, we're going to have to check on Matt Stafford, down and injured and grabbing his chest. That brings on Josh McCown, and he throws long. It's complete to Travis Benjamin inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4. Robert Turbin loses yardage on that carry, so it brings up 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. McCown hits Malcolm Johnson, but he doesn't even get to the line of scrimmage. That brings on Kaimi Fairbairn for a 26-yard field goal, and it's up and through the middle. Now we have an update from Eurocat Baby.
The word that I'm getting from the Browns trainers is that Matt Stafford has suffered a bruised sternum. He seems to be pacing around on the sideline, wanting to come back into the game. But with the lead the Browns have, the coaches are saying it would be safer for him to remain on the sidelines for this game.
Thank you for that report, and let's hope that he doesn't have to be called in. Now the Giants take over, being down 24-0. 1st and 10 at their own 25, and Shane Vereen goes through the middle. He is gone. 20-10, touchdown, New York. Look at the size of that hole that was opened up for Shane Vereen. Nothing against Vereen, but man, how can you not score with blocking like that? So it's now 24-7, 3rd and 9 for McCown and the Browns. Goes back to pass, and it's complete to Josh Gordon at the 35-yard line. So now 2nd and 10. McCown goes back to pass again, rolls right, and passes back left to Josh Gordon just over the 40-yard line. 3rd down conversion now. 3rd and 3. McCown gives to Robert Turbin. Ooh, on a nice stiff arm on his way to a 14-yard gain. That brings us to the 2-minute warning with your score 24-7, Cleveland. Now on 2nd and 10, McCown brings them to the line. The Giants are blitzing. Turbin goes left, and he has an 11-yard gain. off the left side. 1st and 10. McCown goes back to pass and is sacked. Once again, Stanley Maponga gets to him. 2nd and 18 now, and he gets sacked again, this time by Leonard Floyd. 3rd and 24. McCown goes back to pass and hits Taylor Gabriel inside the 40, which brings on Fairbairn for a 54-yard field goal attempt, and it's through the middle. 27-7. Now the Giants have 41 seconds to work with. 2nd and 10. Wentz goes back to pass and hits Victor Cruz for a 9-yard gain. 3rd and 1. The clock is running. Wentz throws left for Victor Cruz, and it's incomplete. Now the Browns have a chance with 20 seconds left. 2nd and 10. And McCown is sacked by Jason Pierre-Paul, which brings us to halftime. 27-7, the Cleveland Browns on top. This first half has been a showcase for the Browns defense, all but for one play. They've held the Giants to 118 offensive yards, 2 first downs, and 80 yards on the ground, which means they really have had little success since 75 of those yards came on one big play that stunned the crowd for a moment. I'm sure the defense has recovered from that and will be focused on having a solid second half as well. Welcome back, everyone, to First Energy Stadium and the second half of our coverage between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants. The first half was entertaining, for this crowd anyway. To see what the coaches had to say, let's go to Eurocat, baby.
Coach Coughlin said that the Giants are losing the battle up front. It throws the timing off and doesn't give Carson Wentz much time to operate. He said that they have to take advantage of an aggressive defense if they're going to come back in this one. Coach Bettini told me that while the injury to Matt Stafford hurt the team's performance at the end of the first half, he has confidence in Josh McCown to get the job done. He also said that he hopes the defense can continue to dominate, and if they do, they can be pretty assured of a win.
Hopefully that is confident speaking. But let's see what happens here in the second half. The Giants are kicking off, and Mostert is back deep, takes it a yard deep in the end zone, makes a cut, and he's in the clear. 50, 40, 30, he cannot be caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Raheem Mostert is turning out to be quite a weapon for the Browns. Once he got past the 30-yard line, it was all over, folks. Brad Wing tried to catch him, but just wasn't fast enough. Now it's 2nd and 8. Carson Wentz goes deep, and it's incomplete. 3rd down for the Giants. 8 yards to go. Carson Wentz goes back to pass, and it's complete to OBJ for a first down. Now from their own 40-yard line, Wentz goes back to pass, and it's almost intercepted by Joe Hayden. 3rd and 10. Can the Browns hold? It's a wide receiver screen to OBJ, and it's stopped by Joe Hayden. The Giants punt, and the Browns go back to work again. McCown hands off to Turbin, and he goes nowhere. 3rd and 9 now. Now goes back to pass. Throws out to Josh Gordon, and he gets hit by Landon Collins. It's Giant football again, starting at their own 32, and Carson Wentz is dropped by Barkevius Mingo. 2nd and 13. Wentz goes back to pass, and it's complete to OBJ, just shy of the 40-yard line. 3rd and 3 now. Wentz goes back to pass and gets hit as he releases it by Justin Gilbert. The Browns ball again on 2nd and 10. McCown goes back, the pass rolls right, And it's incomplete, broken up by Devon Kennard. 3rd and 10 with an empty backfield. McCown throws to the first down line to Gabriel, but just shy. 4th and inches. So Andy Lee will try to pin the Giants deep. And it goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Giants. Wentz hands off to Vereen, and he has a nice 7-yard carry to the 14. 2nd and 3 now. Wentz throws left, and it's complete for a first down to Victor Cruz, just inside the 20-yard line. Now Wentz goes back to pass again, and it's complete to OBJ for another first down. Now from the 33-yard line, Wentz goes back to pass and gets it out to Reuben Randall over the 35. 2nd and 5 now. Wentz goes back to pass, and it's complete to Dwayne Harris at their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Wentz hands off to Vereen, and he powers his way past the 50-yard line. Now on 3rd and 5. Wentz goes back to pass and is sacked once again by Justin Gilbert. That gives the ball back to the Browns. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Count gives the turban on a halfback draw, and he's up to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 5. Down goes back to pass, and it's complete to Gary Barnage over the 45-yard line. And he's hurt, so we'll have to see what that injury is and how serious it is. It's 34-7, the end of the 3rd quarter. Now with 1 quarter left to play, the Browns have it at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, McCown rolls right and passes to Malcolm Johnson, and he's out of bounds at the 39. Now on 3rd and 10, Robert Turbin spins for a 5-yard gain, but it's 4th down. That brings out Kaimi Fairbairn for a 51-yard field goal, and it's up and through. Now let's get an injury report from Eurocat Baby.
The injury to starting tight end Gary Barnage was minimal. He just had the wind knocked out of him. As a matter of fact, he's already back in there. I've heard a little talk on the sideline, and with this lead, don't be surprised to see the backups get some playing time before the end of the game.
Thank you, and I agree. The first string deserves a break because they have done wonders on this day. Now 37-7, and the Giants have the ball. 2nd and 10. Wentz goes back to pass and completes it to OBJ for a short pickup. 3rd down now. 6 yards to go. Wentz goes back to pass and is sacked once again by Justin Gilbert. Now the Browns have it at their own 42-yard line. Down gives off to Turbin, and he makes it to the 45. 2nd and 7 now. Down hands off to Turbin, and he gets the first down. On 2nd and 9, McCown hands off to Turbin, and fighting for a few yards, gets 4. 3rd and 6 now, and Josh McCown takes too long. Delay of game penalty. That backs him up for 3rd and 11 now. McCown goes back to pass and completes it to Benjamin for a first down and more. Finally tackled at the 32-yard line. 2nd and 10 now. McCown goes back to pass, and it's complete to Josh Gordon. He's got it inside the 15-yard line. 3rd and 6 now. Inside the 10. Turbin doesn't get the first down, so that brings out Kaimi Fairbairn again for a 24-yarder this time, and it's up and good. Now with the second team defense in there, Wentz goes back to pass, and completes it to Victor Cruz just over the 20-yard line. 3rd and 5 now. Wentz goes back to pass again, and it's complete to his tight end, Orson Charles. The Giants are in the hurry-up offense now, and from the 34-yard line, Wentz goes back to pass, and it's complete to Dwayne Harris for a first down at the Giant 44-yard line. Still in the hurry-up offense. Wentz from the shotgun fires, and it's intercepted by Pierre Desir and out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and tack on a 15-yard face mask by Shane Vereen. Now Mark Sanchez gets his turn, and he goes back to pass, and it's intercepted by Prince Amukamara. And I wonder why Sanchez is not the starter. Now on 3rd and 10 for the Giants, 1 minute and 18 seconds left, and Dwayne Harris gets the reception at the 28-yard line, but 3 yards short. But guess who's going for it on 4th down and 40-7? Carson Wentz gets sacked by Vernon Hargreaves. And on 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 4 seconds left, Turbin gets the carry past the 20-yard line to the 16, and that's the end of your ball game. Final score, 40 for the Cleveland Browns and 7 for the New York Giants. Not to say that the offense didn't do well today, but the defense put on a clinic, allowing less than 100 yards in the second half, 2 third-down conversions, and 11 yards on the ground. They even survived Mark Sanchez's throwing a pick in the only pass he threw. We also heard from the Browns camp that although Matt Stafford was held out of the game, he will be ready for next week's contest. They really can use his deep pass threat on the field. Robert Turbin had a solid day. Not great, but he gave the Browns the constant performance they have come to appreciate from him. Duke Johnson has been benched. The Browns said that they can't afford all the fumbles with him on the field. And did you notice today? No fumbles. Josh Gordon had a couple of drops, but out of all fairness, he did get hit pretty hard on those drops. The defense played an outstanding game, getting to Carson Wentz 10 times in this game alone. Ka'imi Fairbairn was rock solid as well, a perfect 4 of 4 with 4 extra points made. And Raheem Mostert has had kick returns in the last 2 games. That change has made a big impact for the Browns. Up next is the second game with the Bengals. The Browns punished the Bengals in Week 7 on their own field, 44-13, and the Bengals are looking for a little payback. They're having a good season at 9-3, and a win would help them in their bid to stay in the hunt for the AFC North crown. With 4 weeks left, I wanted to share the league team standings with you. The Cardinals and the Browns are leading their conferences. The Browns, with a win over the Bengals, will own the tiebreaker in that match and only have to worry about the Steelers, who are currently falling back in the pace. In the AFC South, the Dolphins lead by a game. In the East, the Patriots and Bills share the lead. And in the West, the Chiefs hold a 1-game advantage over the Raiders. In the NFC North, the Pack lead the Vikes by a game. The Falcons and the Cowboys are fighting to get to 500 ball and keep the lead in the South. And look at the Saints, 0-12 on the season. That's gotta hurt. The East is led by the Panthers, and the West has already been won by the Cardinals in a landslide. In my next video, I'll share with you the leaders for the Pro Bowl nominations, so stay tuned for that one. Remember that if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you would like to be notified when there is a new one, subscribe by clicking on my icon at the end of the video. Thank you for joining us, for coverage of the Cleveland Browns hosting the New York Giants. And until next time here in First Energy Stadium, where the Browns will be playing host to the Bengals, for Eurocat Baby, this is Husker Eurocat saying so long for now, and have a good day, everyone.